Hi.
Hello there, beautiful. Ooh, ooh. I just made my chair do something I've never done before.
I am in my parents' house, so I have this weird different backgrounds. It's what it is. Might be a little loud because my children are not quiet.
That's okay. They can drown me out. It'd be all good.
Might. They very well might. How's everybody doing tonight? I gotta figure out how to make you a co-host again. Might need Nicole to step in and to remind me how to do that.
Hey, listen, success. I'm not first communion today, so.
I think I can just hit share screen and like talk.
I think I have to make you a co-host.
Oh, okay.
You just go to participants, Corey.
Okay.
You bring up participants, find her name, and then next to it is a box that says more.
Got it.
Yep.
What would we do without Nicole?
I don't know.
I'm making you a co-host, Reese. I don't know why. Since I turned the waiting room off, I don't know why I don't like the waiting room because I don't want to have to admit people. Like, you're in.
I think it's the way it is all the time now.
It's
super
the new
annoying
security because schools are using it. It's the new security that was pushed through the update.
Yeah, well, it's really annoying. Okay, one more minute, and then I'm going to introduce our speaker for tonight. What?
What you thinking? Wow. Desperate times, man.
Good times. Good times. And I am. Hi, Melissa. I'll have to tell you guys what I did too. See, but like Melissa, did you just admit her?
I did.
Okay, I was like.
As I'm seeing them, I'm just clicking them.
No, that's good. I was like, but she just automatically was accepted. I don't know how that happened. There you go. All right. I'm going to go ahead. It is recording now. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. You guys, So Regan and I talked a few weeks ago, and we settled on tomorrow for our team call for this week because she had something else with her church going on tonight, and tomorrow worked best for her. I was like, oh yeah, got it. We're going to do it an hour earlier and a different day later, and have it on my calendar as that. And we actually did have that conversation. And then, like, in my brain, when I was doing the getting the graphic made and all that, I don't make the graphics then, but my assistant does, and I send her the information for that. And anyway, I sent it all, and I was just, in my mind, I was thinking Tuesday, and so the graphic said Tuesday. And the next morning, Riggs was like, pretty sure you told me I could do this on Wednesday. And I did.
Oh, yeah, I saw the graphic the other day, and I was like, who picked that picture? But
you don't like the
besides
pictures
that,
not me.
besides, I didn't even notice the date. So when today people were like, can't wait to see you tonight, I was like, tomorrow.
If you have a picture that you like, that you want to use on your recognition, send it to my assistant and tell her, use this picture.
That's funny.
Because she just grabs whatever. So it is what it is. I never choose a picture. Well, sometimes I'll be like, no, she's going to hate that. Do this one instead. But usually I just go with whatever she does. So if you have one you love better that you like, let me know, or just send it to Sarah Sims and she can.
Y'all know what I look like.
What?
You all
You're
know
beautiful all the time, no matter what.
Gorgeous.
Okay, go ahead.
Always.
Do what?
I said she's gorgeous always.
Right?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm big call like that.
Hashtag goals. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and you guys have to watch. It's probably already gone now. Her video from yesterday with the mascara where she's crying and she can't see.
I might still have it on my phone. Oh my
Really
gosh.
funny. Her there was a story after her run. She had that mascara that's got the like fibers, that comes off in tubes, and so it was in her eye, and she was trying to talk and you couldn't see, and it was awesome.
Yeah. That's why I'm so good on social media.
It was really funny because it was real, and we love real, so it was very real. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Regan. You all know who she is. You all know her. She's been around for a minute, but she is absolutely amazing on social media, like the best on social media. If you follow her, you feel probably connected to her because of her social media, like because she's funny and she is real, and she just brings it. She shows up every single day, but she does it in a way that's like, it's a little self-deprecating, but not in a way that seems like contrived at all. But it's like she's funny, and she's easy to get to know that way. And I think that more than anybody else, like she has that like know you, like you, trust you thing down. I think if you follow her, you already just feel connected to her. That's been my experience, and I think a lot of other people have had that same experience. So anyway, I wanted her to talk about her process, because she shows up every single day. Like, where does she get her content? How does she never run out of things to say? How does she keep it real all the time on social? And kind of take us through that, what that looks like. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our Star Diamond Superstar coach, Regan Haggerty.
Oh, so sweet. Thank you. And you kind of hit kind of how I feel about myself on the head. I am self-deprecating, but it is because I freaking love that about myself. Like, I embrace my hot mess self. And I share it. Like if I find something in the day that makes me laugh, like, and go, oh dear God, Regan, I think other people are going to think it's funny too. So I share it. But of course, not everything I share is funny. I try to do a good mix of a lot of different things. I actually have 10 different types of posts and where I get them that I'm going through. But I know when we start like new coach training, everybody's told to like maybe think of 5 things that are kind of define you to really share about, because you're not all just Beachbody, okay? None of us are Beachbody, and I don't think most people sign up with me because I'm Regan Beachbody. They, just like Corey was saying, they get to know me, trust me, and then decide, okay, what you're doing, I'm gonna give it a try. So that's been a really big blessing. I've been doing this 6.5 years, so I've had a lot of experience letting people get to know the hot mess that I am. But they have no doubt I'm a mom. I'm a dog mom. I freaking love pugs. I love peanut butter. I have a hubby who, if you've been following me for a while, I adore, but that we've had definite ups and downs, and I share those things. Let's see. Oh, I love Jesus very much, but I also cuss probably way too much. And people know that about me too. So my posts and how they've gone through the last 6.5 years are just completely dependent on what is going on in my life. So weight loss fitness journey 6 years ago, that looked a lot different than it looks now. And I'll kind of share that a little bit as I'm showing you some specific posts. But you really have to evolve how you're posting, what you're posting, and what you're sharing as your life changes, because you change. And for me, it's almost like I'm writing in a way my memoir. Like I do share. My kids like, yeah, people know who you are because you tell them when you take a dump. Like, I don't think I'm that bad, but I do kind of, I hope in a way that people enjoy share a lot about what's going on in my life. So I am going to try to screen share my husband. He's the best assistant on earth. I sent him, and of course it isn't there. Shippy dip. Give me a sec, guys. So I have my PowerPoint underneath here somewhere. I had it all set up and now I can't find it. All right, I will find it. I might have to. Can you guys talk about amongst yourselves for 1 minute? 1 minute.
What was a win you guys have had so far this week? Anybody?
I have a post that I did about asking if people were interested in testing out the new running program, and I had a lot. Like, I was surprised. I didn't do it on a Sunday night. I actually did it on, I think it might have been like a Thursday night or Friday night, and I was surprised by how many.
The same thing happened. It's gone again.
That
my presentation
that wanted to try it and have been writing to me about it. So that was cool.
I've had a lot too. I've had a lot more response than I thought that I would have to. I haven't run in so long, and I don't really consider myself a runner anymore. So I was a little bit surprised by that as well. But that's awesome. So we just have to seriously bring the excitement and energy to before the breakaway this week, since it launches Monday. We want to make sure we convert all those people, all the interest. Hey, Regan. Oh, there we go. Okay, looks like it's working.
Hey. All right, sorry about that, you guys. Technology, not my strong suit. This almost happened without any PowerPoint. All right, so the first place I get inspiration, I don't really have a process. Corey kind of asked, share what your process is. I don't exactly have one. I come up with things kind of daily. I don't even do much ahead of time. But I feel like we really have a responsibility to our audience to be sensitive to what they're going through, to pay attention to what they're saying, but also that I think a lot of us, many of us here are Christians, to pay attention to that little voice that's going on in your head that's telling you there is something that needs to be said. So that's the first place I get inspiration from my posts. Sometimes I will say in a post like, I have noticed a lot of my friends right now, 2020, talking about anxiety. And so then I share something about anxiety or something. But this is just an example of something about prayer. And it just was really just laying on my heart. Like, I just felt like I had something important to share. And so I shared it. I'm not going to read every single post that I have up here, but this is about prayer. And you can't control how others treat you. You can't make someone like you. And it's okay to not be everyone's cup of tea. You can't control the thoughts you have, but you control what you do with those thoughts. You can control what you put in your mind through your eyes, et cetera, et cetera. Sorry guys, I feel really nervous all of a sudden. You can control, you can't always control your mood, but you can choose to channel the mood into something useful. So, and then I try to tie in working out, eating clean, the healthy living, the habits we form, into as many posts as I can in some way, shape, or form, if it makes sense to be there. So that's why I chose sweat and endorphins to channel that crappy mood. And also people don't have to do it alone. So you can seek out help. You can find people, you can find it in the Bible, et cetera, podcasts or whatever. And I was talking about my kidney stone. Again, sharing part of what's really going on in my life in this post. And me, if you know me, you know every single one of my posts I end telling people usually to be blessed, but I always say smile at people. So that is where I get inspiration for posts a lot of the times. Now, of course, my fitness journey. Now, back 6 years ago when I first started this, my journey focused much more on weight loss. Okay, that was the main focus. I was pretty obese when I started, so you'd see a lot of posts about that. Lots and lots of sweaty selfies. I do try to make pictures different. I know these first two both had, my dog is here licking my leg, you guys, I can't make this up. But different pictures all the time. You don't always want the same selfie. You want to have it varied so they get to see you in every way, shape, or form. But this is me not doing so well on that hip rotation that Barb Len had us do. So I'm talking about this, I've been working out for 6 years, but here I am eating this humble pie, doing this Barb program that I thought would be easy. As I'm getting older, I'm 48 now, my health and fitness thoughts and journey is not so much on me fitting into a bikini anymore, but it is, okay, am I going to be strong to be able to play with my grandchildren? Am I going to have hips that will need surgery like half of my patients, and will I not be able to get up and down from the floor, or will I maintain my flexibility, bone strength, everything like that? So I try to talk about that, tie my day job into kind of what I'm doing with everything, Beachbody, working out and everything, to share my journey that way. I try to share my health and fitness, some sort of workout, probably 3 or 4 days a week. There's a picture of me working out. Sometimes my post has nothing to do with the workout, but they know, oh, there she is working out again, because the picture will at least have something to do with it. Brian and I did a lot of workouts together for a season, and we had like a couple posed pictures every day that were a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I get tagged in videos all the time, people showing me like different couple poses to try or tricks that they do and such. But this is just a post again about real life. I always try to keep it real. Highlight reel, nobody's too interested in your highlight reel. I hate to tell you. I mean, I love to post a pretty picture, but I also love to post a hot mess picture, because that's real life and that's what's relatable to you. But in this, even though Brian had been sidelined because of some physical therapy that he had to have, I'm sharing what we are being consistent on. I definitely always try to tell people, here's what I'm doing to live my best life, and it's easy for you to do today. So we're eating clean most of the time, not perfect. People will always know that I am extremely consistent on this journey, but I am definitely far from perfect, and I have a lot of struggles that I share too. But we drink our superfood shake. We pray together every day. We do devotions together in the morning and at night. So the things we do to kind of help our marriage, help ourselves, and live our best life. So that is another type of fitness post that I would do. All right. Then transformations. So I love posting my friends' transformations and programs transformations and challengers, if they'll let me. I love sharing all those things, but I, more than anything, try to post my own. So it's very easy for people to look at me now and think, oh, this is easy for her. She's always been this way. So, and even if they saw it one time, they might not remember it. Or if they have been following you for a while, they forget who you used to be. Or if they're new to following you, they might never have seen that before. So that's why for me, it's very important that I post often my transformation. And it might not just be on Transformation Tuesday. It might be on Throwback Thursday. It might be for Flashback Friday. It might be for a call to action post. Also, it might be like workout program results, that kind of thing. But I try to save pictures anytime I find one at a family member's house that has a bad picture of me from my heavy days. I take a picture of it and I save it in my camera roll. I do recommend you try to have as many of those. If you have a transformation, different pictures and such, not just the same one all the time, if you have the ability to have variety. But anyway, when I do a transformation, they're not all exactly like this. This one is very, very wordy and it's on 2 pages. But what I was talking about here is everything that I'd gone through. So most of you know, chronic pain, chronic fatigue, chronic headaches, so much medication, it was just beyond ridiculous. So I tried to spill all that out and saying it's not just the pounds I lost, but I lost chronic fatigue, I lost chronic pain, I lost all this medication. Like, how awesome is that? And then what you gain at the end of it. And I laid out a little bit of what I did. This was a few years ago, so I used the word Shakeology in this post. I don't use it anymore. You want to try to not say things like Shakeology or the name of the program. You want people to ask you questions about it, not just be able to go Google it and buy it. But these are just some examples, you guys, of pictures that I've put together through the years of my transformations. I try to have them as varied as I can, so that people can see, you know, a lot of variety, and it's almost like it's always something new to them if they don't see the same picture over and over again. So those are transformations. Now, I also get very inspired, like I think most of us coaches do, thank you, personal development, but by personal development or by my church group when I meet together and we're doing a Bible study or the devotions that I read and things like that. So I will share things that I take away. If it gives me a real aha moment where I want to jot it down, like in my notes on my phone, that's something I know I should share with other people. One thing I want everyone to think about, and I meant to say this a little bit more in my intro, but some of the people out there don't have people who pray in their life. They don't have people out there who really have anything nice to say in their life. They don't have people who are optimists, who see, you know, who are a light. They may just live in total darkness. So you may be that one person that even if you think, oh, people have heard this all the time, or maybe everyone on our team has heard this all the time, those people who need you out there in Facebook land or Instagram land or whatever, if something's an aha moment to you, believe me, there's somebody out there who needs that aha moment too. So this is just a big one that hit me during a Bible study, which said something to the effect of, don't aim to get through the Bible, but to get the Bible through you. And then I related it not only to the Bible and being a Christian, but in everything we do in our life. You know, we can just go through the motions and it just really doesn't change us on the inside, like really putting effort into it. So I tried to just make a post to kind of lay that all out. Sorry about that. And I do also try to, I don't put Bible verses in my post every single time, every single day. But I do put Bible verses that I feel are appropriate or that would be good for somebody to hear a couple times a week usually. So this was just one of those, got me thinking. So here's an aha for you to think about too. And then Brian and I were doing a workout together and it was a good little picture I used there. All right, so inspiration for posts from other coaches' posts. This one is important, I think, for some people to hear. Don't ever copy somebody's post, period. It's super not cool, okay? So don't do it. The other day, if you see kind of over here, this that I took a snapshot was, can you see it or is it under everybody's pictures too? I can't hear you, Corey.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I moved. It was under the pictures, so but people can move it around.
Oh, okay. So Corey had a really, really good post, and this is another thing. When I see something in a coach's post, I mean, you guys know how it is. We've been doing this for a while. Sometimes a call to action post, it all sounds the same. Whatever. Barely read it. Comment. Yeah, I want to do it. Way to get. Yeah, you know. No offense, we have 85 of them to read every night.
Man.
But Corey's really stuck out to me when she had put this part about there's this many weeks left in the year. So if you lose a pound, you could lose this much by the end of the year, you know. So I just messaged her instead of copying her post or even just taking that idea, which probably wouldn't have been that big idea. I felt it was important to just say to her, love that part of your post. I would like to use it for inspiration in my post. Do you mind? And so she said, of course not. Thank you for asking. And so I took inspiration by that, by saying, you know, how much my pumpkin weighed. And, you know, if you lose this many pounds a week, blah, 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 by the end of the year. So this was a call to action post that actually ended up doing pretty well. So just get inspired from other people. I do all the time, but don't copy other people's posts. And also when I make a post, I think most people can hear me saying what I'm saying in my post. Like it's the way I talk. Like I'm gonna tell you I'm a hot mess Pollock, and I might say hot mess Pollock in my post. You know, I'm gonna call you a cutie patootie because I would do that to your face. You know, they know it's me talking. If you're using, like, if I started using slang that my teenage kids use, people would be like, what are you talking about? You know, or, you know, if you use wording or say things in a way you would never say it because you got it from somebody else, like just don't do that. Be yourself. There's no one better than you, and your people want to hear you. So just be authentic you when you post. Okay. Okay. So this is something I thought of. Can you see the third picture? It's under people for me, so I don't know if you could see all the pictures there. There's 3. But I get inspired for posts when I find a picture of myself where I look like I'm getting results. So, and for me, that usually means I'm seeing some muscles. If you have a hard time seeing muscles on yourself, get your butt in plank position in a tank top and you're going to see some muscles. Those, like, my favorite position for me to be in is plank, always. But I just happened to do this one arm workout, and I also video my workouts, and I can like do stills of them to take pictures for my posts. But if I find one that's especially muscly looking, or, you know, has an impressive look in something, I save that picture and then I'll often make a post around it. So this one, you know, me again, like self-deprecating, but not too much. Like I don't always try to look like a dude, and but sometimes it's kind of fun. And that really, though, women, like debunking a myth, you can always address people's objections or their fears of joining you in your post. So this one, like the picture in the middle, this is what I look like when I'm not like pumped up from my workout, you know, but these programs really do get results. So here's like a picture with, you know, a little bit of buffness. So that's why I just think it's fun. Look for those shots of yourself that do look like you're getting some results on the program, because people do like to see that stuff, and it does inspire them. So that is that one. All right. Self-deprecating. Yeah, like I see, when I say I don't know how God gave me children, sometimes I'm not kidding. Like I have a hard time organizing my own life and like getting my shiz done. Like to be in charge of 2 human beings is amazing. So anyway, I will just throw up ridiculous conversations that we had, or mom fails that I've done. I think a lot of you have seen this one, but I literally was like letting my kid have it about not getting pictures taken at school, and, you know, I paid for these pictures, and then when I went to like email the school and yell at them, I figured out that I had ordered them from his old school that we moved from a year and a half ago instead of his current high school. So anyway, but it's one, like everybody was laughing with me. This is the thing. I don't post things that make me feel bad about like I was cracking up at myself. So I like when people can laugh with me. So that's where I get inspired for many, many posts, because I'm ridiculous. All right. So I mentioned how my posts kind of have evolved from, you know, 6 years ago to now, and that if something big is going on in my life, that I share it. It's not, every detail of everything is not everybody's business, but when we have major things in our family that's impacting everyone, and it's going to be an ongoing thing, I just felt like I needed to put it out there. So this here is my son Dylan, and my son Dylan was born my daughter Delaney. So it has been quite a process the last 3 years, and I'm finally coming to a point where I'm very comfortable and I feel like I can start sharing it a little bit, because when I post pictures that my kiddo does and people, comment, she's amazing, she, or pictures, she's so beautiful, I want people to know that she identifies as he, and that's my son. So the way I kind of put it out there, instead of being, just like, hey y'all, just so you know, I did it, I think, a little more subtly. So this was the picture with me and my Riley. National Daughter's Day to my beanie. You people might think this is weird, that I'm only shouting out one kiddo. And then, you can read what I posted. And then on National Son's Day, I had the picture of Dylan, and the little National Son's Day for him. So the reason I'm sharing, it's not all Beachbody, y'all. Like we said at the beginning, people feel like they know me. Well, I have one more to show you. One more post. So my husband. So I probably don't do it near enough, but I try to make a. This is my dog snoring at my feet. If you can hear, I'm surprised I didn't show you any Mapo, but if you hear the dog right now, that's Mapo. But shout out your husband if you are married and have a husband, because I think in this business, it can be very easy to get very focused on serving everyone that we're trying to help out there. And it can be easy to leave them in the dust a little bit, put them on the back burner, not give them the attention they want or need. We've gone through days where my husband was pretty resentful of Beachbody and my business and stuff, and we've come a long, long, long way from there. But I just want to implore y'all to make an effort to thank your husband for the time and shout him out. If you're shouting out all your challengers and all these other things, transformations, shout your hubby out too sometimes. It really can go a long way. So that is the end of my screen share. So as you see, I really don't have an exact process. I just get inspiration from a lot of different places and I share about those things. And I try to be super real about it. And, I'm very, very blessed. I think that I've done it long enough. I do get people coming to me because they, when I do a call to action post, I do get people who come to me and say, okay, I'm interested now, tell me about it. I'm not always super great on my power of threes. I'll just be honest, but it's been, I think, a big testament to connecting with people via my social media that I've been able to have a somewhat successful Beachbody business. And some of the best things, you guys, business aside, when I get somebody messaging me and go like, Regan, I know you pray. Can you please pray about this? Or I have people messaging me about their marriage because they know I've been like with that. My husband should have divorced me 3 years ago, period. And he didn't. And we've gone through a lot. And I would share that with anybody, privately, because it's so near and dear to my heart. And we made it and are stronger than ever. So, or they'll, my stupid tagline that I don't even know where I got when I started all this, telling people to smile at people. I've put it in every post since, for 6.5 years practically. And people will just message me and say, you know what? I was in a really bad mood today, and literally I thought about what you said and I made myself smile at people. Like it's affecting people those ways. That is really, really cool that we can use this platform we have for so much good, you guys. And so that's just what I try to do every day. So can I answer any questions?
When you think of something, do you save it somewhere in particular? What do you do? What's that process like?
My phone notes. Yeah, I do everything from my phone. So I put it in my notes and then grab it. I usually grab the Bible verse I want right then. I'll just, Google Bible into this, it'll pop up, copy paste kind of thing, or put it in my notes. Anybody else?
Do you guys have questions? Since we have Regan here, captive. You can unmute yourself and ask if you have a question. Now's the time.
I don't know. I think the people I'm seeing on this team are all pretty awesome. Oh, my internet connection's unstable. Just
Yeah, it keeps freezing on me.
I'm unstable. My internet connection's unstable.
This is Terry. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Hi. Do you ever? It's like, so I've been having like total brain freeze like for the last week. Do you ever get like complete when you are? Or maybe you don't have this issue. Maybe it's just me. Where you cannot think of something to post. Literally cannot think of something to post. Do you have like? Is that what? Do you take like? Do you take notes from your phone? Yeah.
I don't have a ton of. Usually, I'll like save to do on my phone. Like if one night I hear something great, or that morning I hear something great, I post about it pretty quickly. If I have nothing to say, I don't say anything. It's not. I mean, once in a while I'll throw up something that might be a little more ridiculous, but usually not. Usually I try to post something that I feel has some sort of a purpose. And well, the one actually the other morning I was having a hard time figuring out what to post, but I had stretched so long that I decided that setting the goal for being able to pancake would be a good thing. And that post actually did pretty well, you know, with me in the position pancaking. But yeah, I'd rather not post something for a day than put up something that's rough. I have done that, and I've actually gone back and deleted it. Just felt like that was dumb and taken it down.
Okay. Yeah, I feel with consistency. I feel pressure. It's self-imposed, you know, pressure to try and get something on social media every single day. And then I look back on it, it's like that was really not good.
Yeah, I mean, I find it's very easy to post to stories every day because I'm showing up there consistently. Like I'm showing on my Energize every day. You know, my Melissa, you know, did a great call about, you know, that kind of thing. But if they're really missing you, they can click on your story and see, oh, she did do her workout today. She drank her Energize. Oh, there she is, working out, you know, whatever. So I don't feel if I don't post a day that my audience is going anywhere. I wouldn't go two though.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, that's why it's important to have that post idea group folder, whatever that I have, and anytime, like it's full of stuff. Like anytime I see something that I love, I save it there. So I can get inspiration always if I need it. And another thing I like to do is if they're like, I have a list of objections that I hear, common objections, and I might just attack one of those objections. So that's something that I might do in a post. And so, I mean, I do that quite a bit because you get new people all the time and different people are seeing your post and whatnot. But so I'll just kind of address a common objection in a different way. I do that pretty frequently. And also I want to say, make sure you pay attention to your audience. Like, what do they like? What posts get really good response? And then you kind of know what direction you need to go. Because if they love like your post about self-love or whatever, then you know that, okay, they eat this stuff up. So what I can talk more about this, like what else can I give them about this in this vein, you know, in this thread. So I always think it's important to kind of see what connects with your people. Because if something just doesn't connect at all, then you're not going to want to just keep hammering that. You know, you want to probably have a different way to approach that, or just drop it all together. I think
this is like about equipment. So when you guys, so like Regan, you all take really good pictures, and I can never get is there a particular, like, I have an iPhone. So is there a particular tripod that you guys use or holder, or, you know, because every time it's either I'm terrible at it. So, and I can't find the one that works the best. Right. So
I have one I like a lot that has the bendy legs. And so I can, I don't have it with me here right now, or I would be using it, but I use it for everything, for videos, for everything. And I just, because you can move it around and it's like, you can tilt it every direction and the legs move and it's easy, and it's from Amazon, and it was like $10 or $12 or something. It was cheap.
Okay.
It's my favorite one. I love it. But my 7-year-old is also very good at baking things.
Yeah, I did use a tripod. I did use
It's
a
you a
tripod
7-year-old.
forever. Now I just kind of lean it up against the glass.
Okay. Thank you.
Did you hear me though? Get a 7-year-old. That's
Yeah.
the way to
No. Remember this conversation?
I think also like
No, yet. Mm-mm.
if you're really
do what? Can't tell who's talking.
Are you talking to me? I was just gonna say, if you're ever like really lost for something to post about, a good recipe. Usually people love that stuff, especially if it's like a dessert made a little healthier or something. You know, that's if there's just a day that I just got nothing. Yeah, well, this is something I want to try. Anybody ever try? Or ask a question. I didn't really touch on that too much, but getting opinions about things. Oh, people love to give you their opinion. So like, you know, ask an opinion on something, you know, even if you couldn't care less.
I do that too, Amy Fleck, with Facebook memories. I do that a ton. I'll be like, man, that was a good post. I'm going to do that one. I'm going to do something similar to that again. I use that a lot.
Oh, you know what? People won't remember what you wrote before. Now you can copy and paste your own posts. Just don't steal other people's.
It doesn't serve you. It doesn't sound like you. And so it doesn't connect in
Right.
any way. It just doesn't.
Right.
I can always tell when I read somebody's post if they've written it or not. I'm like, yeah, that didn't come from them.
Yeah.
Because you're like, no, they don't talk. She doesn't talk like that. Like if you like a sentence ending in a preposition, I didn't really write that. Like if I ever posted that, you'd be like, Corey didn't write that. She would never end a sentence in a preposition. And it's true. I wouldn't. And so, you know, if you see that, I copied somebody's post.
Ain't gonna happen.
I wouldn't copy anybody's post. But just talk, you know, I talk the way I talk, and you guys, we all talk the way we talk. So it's
Yep.
obvious, I think. But anyway, okay, if that's it, is that it for Riggs? Any other questions? So while she's here.
Well, thanks for listening to me babble, you guys.
No, great, thank you. Thank you. Tell Brian thank you.
Yes, you bet. All right, love you
for
guys.
those slides too.
All right,
Bye, good night, guys.
bye.
Thanks, Regan.